I'm Oliver,
Hi, I'm Ron.
and we're from The Sheet. We make software for interior designers, and we've made a couple of improvements over the last few weeks that are about to be released over the course of the current week. And we thought we'd share what we've done with you. Um, so, Ron, do you want to take us through notifications, internal notes, and personal links?
Yeah, perfect. So, first of all, you're now greeted with a totally new and updated notification drawer. So, which used to be a simple drop down, is now improved. And with that improvement also come a few new features. So, with the new notification drawer, you have a really clear and simple overview of everything that's been going on in all of the projects, as well as a history of everything that's been going on previously. So, for example, if we look at 90 Bedford Street, you can see all of the latest client or collaborator comments, as well as all the status updates that have been going on while you've been gone. Additionally, and this is a really nice new feature, you can see everything that needs your attention right at the top. So add mentions, as you can see, I've received a comment here from a collaborator on our project, Oliver, saying that the lamp selection looks good and we should get it. So when I click on this, I'm taken right away into the right view, and that's the real beauty of it. So whenever you go through all these notifications, you don't have to close anything, you don't have to go back and forth. They're always open right in front of you. And the beauty with mentions is actually a whole new system that we built, which is internal notes. So as you know, with every project, you have a lot of things that you need to either write down for yourself after client meetings or discuss with your collaborators or your colleagues that shouldn't be really visible to the client. And this is a whole new way of doing it. So with the note system, within our chat box, you now have two different ways to communicate, either notes or messages. And by default, we've left notes on so nothing gets sent to the client by accident. But an easy click lets you send anything to the clients as well. So with the notes, the beauty of it is that you can also tag your teammates the same way I received the notification. So if I click on Oliver and I want to leave some feedback for him, perfect. I'll get this ordered. So he will receive the same notification from my side.
And what I think that's also cool is not necessarily everybody is working with a collaborator or has a team, so you can actually use internal notes just with yourself as well. And this is actually one of the inspirations behind internal notes that we spoke to some of our users, and they explained how they go to site visits and they use the sheet to note down what they need to still do, talking to clients, talking to contractors. They'd have their iPad open and type up whatever they need to remember. But the problem was that before, with just messages, everybody would see it then. If you have the project shared with a client, they would also see it. And most of the time, it's not a problem, but it's not a very clean way of doing things. So this is why we came up with internal notes. You can use it internally with just yourself or internally with your team.
Exactly. And as previously, this whole section still keeps track of all the changes in the project. So once I've approved this, it will actually show the approval, who did it, and at what time. And the same way, if I just want to now also leave a message for the client saying we ordered this lamp, it will show differently. So while you have this whole history going on here, you have a really clear overview of what was discussed with the client in the gray background, what was discussed internally with the yellow background, so things never get messed up.
And I think one thing forgot to mention, or I guess we're getting to, that's tied to notifications, is that it's not anymore only limited to the sheet as the platform, right? So we've added a very nice email notification system that makes this, I think, a lot more functional. You don't have to have the sheet open 24 hours a day, but you can actually subscribe to these notifications.
Exactly. So by default, we've put on daily notifications. So every morning, based on where you are in the world, at 8 a.m., you will receive a message from the sheet with your daily updates. So this includes any mentions, any status updates, any comments by either your colleagues or clients. You can also turn this on for hourly digest if you're in the middle of a really big project, you need to get notifications fast, or you can turn them off if you prefer to just sign on to the sheet and look at them from the notification drawer. Additionally, we've also added like a 15-minute window for all mentions. So if you get a mention, that will come to you within the first 15 minutes um, after it was sent, so you can react more quickly to it.
And the idea behind 15 minutes is that you don't necessarily want to get an email every minute or every 10 seconds. If somebody's working with you, or you have a lot of activities over multiple projects, so we take that 15-minute window and we grab all of the notifications and put them in one email, so we wouldn't necessarily spam your inbox.
And the other beauty with the previously shown um, chatbox is that while we used to only show you that something was approved by either the client or your colleague, now you can also define who are your clients, who are, for example, your contractors, anything like that. So for that, we built a whole new system of sharing. So once you share to the client, while previously you already had the chance to choose what goes out and send a link, it was not personalized. So any approvals, any rejections, any comments from that link were always just marked as client. So you didn't really know who was behind it. So for that, we've added a whole new way to share personal links to specific emails. That means that, for example, in this case, you can see I've done like a separate link for the contractor, which doesn't include the approve and reject buttons, so they can't make any of those decisions, and none of the price information, because that's not really important for the contractor. Instead, what's important for them is the technical details, so the instructions on how to install the products, the positions, etc. And for example, for the client, I've decided to remove the technical details because in this case, that's not going to be important for them. But they can approve and reject anything. And with every rejection or approval, their name will be linked to that decision. Another thing is dimensions. As we said, you can mention then your clients or contractors as well when you're inside the project. So if I go now to here and I want to leave, for example, a message specifically to the client, then I can do just that.
And just to be clear, then it doesn't have to be client there. You can actually put in a name for a person, right? So if you have multiple
Exactly.
people from the same client, they can actually be Tom and Jerry, not just both client.
Exactly.
And to tie this back together with the email part, they will then also get the email, which we think is very cool, and will really help. We hope to bring all the relevant communication into the sheet, and not all over your WhatsApp messages or email threads and so on. So just centralize everything into a much less messy situation, which is the sheet.
I think that's especially important with internal notes also being available only for your own sort of mental notes. So something that you would have to remember otherwise from a meeting or write up in a different, Word document, whatever you normally use, you can now just use the internal notes and keep all your thoughts within the same sort of one single source of truth.
Yep. Well, I think this has been a nice kind of a 10-minute summary of what we've been up to here at the sheet over the last couple of weeks. Ron, I think we're about ready to wrap things up unless there's anything we would need to add on these topics.
I think we're good.
We are good. All right. So thank you for sticking with us, and we'll see you soon.